Hi guys, John the Firearms Instructor, and welcome back to our channel. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, my name is John Johnson. I'm the owner and operator of a firearms training facility in beautiful Cape Coral, Florida. We're on the southwest side of Florida where the sunset and sunrises are beautiful. So today, if you're one of our subscribers though, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. We're getting up there in subscribers every day, and it's getting more and more and more, and we thank you from the bottom. All right. Today we're going to do the shot doctor again. This is pretty popular, guys. You guys like this when I kind of demonstrate or tell you what I see is wrong with the target. We have one of our students that sent us something, John A. A is just not his last name, but I can't pronounce his last name, so we're going to leave it at that. So John, now we're going to do yours too, so I hope you like this video. But I grabbed one off from the weekend, and I want to kind of show you. I always kind of take a line through it to kind of see where majority of our bullet holes are. Now we can determine that these all here are pulling the trigger. Boom, boom, boom. And the more you pull the trigger, you are going to pull it down. But this right here, this gentleman, and I don't know who it is, he's one of our students, he's one of our people that were here this weekend. I wasn't here on Sunday. This target was left here over the weekend, so I assume it's one of the Sunday guys. If you kind of look right off the bat, look, majority of his are to the right. Now, there's two ways that happens. This could have been a left-handed student putting his finger in the gun too deep, which is causing it to run to the right. Most likely it was a right-handed student over-torquing with their right hand. And I can tell you, by the way it looks here, he was aiming dead center of the X. He almost had the gun on the X. That's why the bullets were all impacting high. He didn't remember the 6 o'clock hole. If he'd have aimed down here, kind of got his dot there, look how closer these would have been. And most likely he was just standing with his feet shoulder width apart and got the gun directly over his nose and over torquing with his right hand. Pretty simple fix. It would bring him right back in the center. What I'd recommend for this student to do is do the line drill. The line drill itself is take a black magic marker, draw a line, and try to hit that line with your gun. Line your weapon up, line your bullets up, line your weapon over your dominant eye, and see where you impact. If you're impacting a lot out here, then most likely you're over torquing with your right hand. If you're impacting more out here, then you're putting too much finger in the gun, and it's causing, or you get the gun over your nose. So that's what I'd recommend. Now, let's look at John's. John sent two in today. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that very much. But John A. wrote me a thing, said I shoot my 22. Now, this is his 22. He didn't tell me what 22 he shot, but I'm assuming it's a semi-automatic, obviously. Look how great John did. Why is John doing really great with that gun? Because there's no recoil management. John's able to control it to a point where it doesn't kick around, it's not slap around, he's not nervous, and look how tight his grips are. That's common. That's common with a 22. It's very unlikely that you can get those kind of groups with having poor grip, poor stance, and poor trigger control. So John has all that stuff. The challenge John has is when he shoots his 9mm, he's got some recoil management he has to work on. Now this could start, really, John started pretty well. Look right here. What are we seeing? What are we seeing John doing? Most likely John is putting too much finger in the gun, and John's got the gun over his nose and not over his dominant eye. So what I'd recommend, John, is the same thing. Run that drill, use your line, and try to shoot that line. You could use black magic marker, you could use electric tape, black electric tape, put your 3 or 4 lines on the target and see if you can impact that line or touch that line with a bullet. That'll tell you where the gun is over your body. If you've got the gun over your dominant eye and you got the weapon out in front of you, you're going to shoot directly over the pistol. If we pay attention to what John was doing, he was almost over the pistol, but then he got a little sloppy with the flinching. And this here would be pulls. This here would be anticipation. And anticipation is a very hard thing to break. But what you could do, John, is dry fire. Spend enough time engaging that trigger back to a shot. If I asked you, Johnny, how many of those shots did you know you were going to fire? How many of those shots you knew were going to go? You'd probably tell me all of them. That means you're pulling the trigger instead of pressing the trigger. Give this a try, John. I think it will help you tremendously. Guys, if you have targets like this or you're having problems at the range, let the shot doctor help you. Send them in to us. Send it through our email. We'll put an email down below. Send your target in and let me help you diagnose what you're doing wrong with your pistol. Until next time, guys, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line of defense. Guys, if you like what we're doing here and you find some value, please hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon. And every time we upload something, you'll be the first to know. Until next time, God bless.